Hi and welcome to yoga. My name's Sara. If there's any problems with your shoulders, your hips, your back or your knees, I need you to take it really easy, listen to your body, try not to overextend and really just follow the information and the technique that I'm going to give you throughout the session really carefully. In yoga we breathe in through the nose and out through the nose, and it's really important to just find your center. So just at the very beginning, we're going to start with your feet. Hip width distance apart, nice and relaxed. So try and keep the weight into the heels and the inside of the foot. So we're going to start with a couple of deep breaths. So breathe in, take it all the way up. And as you breathe out, take it all the way down and sweep through the floor. Breathing in, lengthen. And breathing out, release and let go. One more time, breathing in, lengthen into that beautiful mountain pose. Maybe squeezing through the glutes and take a little back bend, and then come all the way forwards, nice flat back, all the way to the floor, softening through the knees and just rolling up through the spine. And then just rotate with the shoulders back just for 3, and then the elbows, nice and released, nice deep breaths, and then back with the arms for 3. And then just bring that forward, so shoulders, nice and released, and then the elbows, it's good, and then the arms, all the way around, it's good, and then finish in that beautiful mountain pose again, nice and strong. We're just going to drop one arm and suspend and let the head, neck and shoulders release, find some length here, and then change. So again, suspending from that one point, let everything release and slowly come back up just one more time. Nice deep breaths, let go and change and suspend and let go. So you feel it all down the side of the body. It's good. And then from here, we're just going to work through the pelvis. So we're going to tilt the pelvis forward and back. Nice and release through the base of the spine, and then just rotate round in a circle, one direction and back in the opposite direction. And then just working through the feet. So you're pushing into the arch of the foot, stretching the feet, and think up and down motion. So really smooth. That's it, nice and lifted. And then just picking up the knees one at a time. Again, trying not to lean from side to side, try and stay really central. And if you can, we're just going to balance lifting one leg. So if this is difficult, you can always hold on to a chair or the side of the wall. And you're using your core to find some balance here and stability. And then just rotate through the ankle and the knee and then the whole hip. So really important to warm up all the joints in the body first. And then bring that in for 3. If you need to put the foot down, don't worry, you can put the foot down. And then knee, ankle, and then little hug. So drawing that knee as close as you can into the chest and place the foot back down. And let's try the other leg. So again, lifting up, nice and released, rotating through the ankle, and then the knee, really smooth, and then the whole hip, all the way around. It's good. And then bring that in. Again, you might need to place the foot on the floor if you need to, that's fine. Rotate through the knee and the ankle, and then little hug in to the chest, and then place the feet back down. So we're going to strengthen up now through the thighs. Really important to protect the knees. Really squeeze through your glutes as well. So we're going to sink down into that beautiful skier pose. So the hands come together, the rib cage connects to thighs, and just breathe here. Pulling in through the core, belly button to spine, take the arms nice and wide, really strong position. And then take the hands to the base of the spine and then lengthen out through the legs and see if you can send the head forwards. Nice strong position, working into the hamstrings. Deep breaths, and then come back in, sinking down as if you're sitting on a very small chair, coming back into that skier pose. So your rib cage is connected to your thighs. It's good. Take the arms nice and wide again, all the way back to the base of the spine, and then stretch a little deeper this time. So really lengthening forwards. Drop the head down towards the floor. Soften the knees, and then come back one last time into skier. So nice strong position. So from here, holding that strength, lift up a little higher. So your arms want to be in line with your ears, into chair. It's good. And then lift all the way up. Bring the soles of the hands together, and then take the arms nice and wide. And just release from side to side, letting go. It's good. So we're going to come into some sun salutations now. This is a sequence of moves that helps you to find some strength from head to toe. So just follow me. If it gets too much at any point, just take the lower option. So I've turned my mat on a diagonal. Yours will be facing straight forward. So we're going to make sure that you can see me exactly what we're doing. Okay, so nice deep breath in. Take it all the way up. And then breathe out. Hands come to thighs. And then lengthen forward. So sending that head forward, tailbone back. And then release into ragdoll. Hands to floor, breathing in. Send your right leg all the way back. So nice strong lunge. Make sure the knee at the front is over the ankle. When you're ready, breathe in. Send the other foot back, your left foot back, and you're in downward dog. So this is a really beautiful posture. Really lengthens the spine. Rise and lower. Toes and heels. Lifting and lowering the heels down towards the floor. Toes and heels. And then tuck the tummy in. Come forward into a nice strong plank. You can drop the knees here while we warm up the back. And then lower the chest down towards the mat. Keeping the elbows into the rib cage. Slowly push up into upward dog. And then just look over your right shoulder and your left shoulder. If this is too intense, you can always keep those forearms down so you're in cobra. You can choose. See how you feel. And then tuck the toes back under. Find some length in that downward dog. And this time we're going to come into three-legged dog. So we're going to pick up that right leg. Keeping the hips balanced. Bend the knee, open that hip, and push back. And when we're ready, we're going to swing the right leg in between the hands again. So nice strong lunge. Drop the back knee, pushing the hips forwards, and find some length here. And really pushing those hips forward so you feel the stretch into the hip flexors. Take the hands to the base of the spine and lead forwards, rib cage towards the thigh, and then open the chest up to the ceiling. And again, forwards and back. And then bring those arms around down to the floor, and then step your back foot in. Nice and strong. Breathe in and lengthen. And into the heart center. And let's try that on the other side. So breathe in, lengthen. Breathing out, hands to thighs. Breathe in, flat back, find some length. Breathe out, ragdoll release. Let go. Hands to floor. Send the left leg all the way back. So again, strong lunge, try and keep the back leg straight. Knee over the ankle at the front. Holding here, feel the stretch. And then send the right leg back. Downward dog. Rise and lower, toes and heels. Deep breaths. And release. It's good, just a few more. Feel that stretch in the spine. And then tuck the tummy in, round the back, and come forward into a plank. So again, you can drop the knees if you want a lower option, or nice strong plank coming into your crocodile. So elbows into the ribs, looking forwards. Slowly lower the pelvis and push up. So it can just be cobra down here, or nice and high. Pull the shoulder blades back. Look over your left shoulder. Look over your right shoulder. And then tuck those toes back under. Find that length again. Nice deep breaths. And this time pick up your left leg. So as high as you can, nice and strong, keeping the hips balanced. Bend the knee and push that top left leg away from the body. So you're opening the hip. And then swing the left leg in between the hands. Help it through if you need to. Drop that back leg and then lift and open the chest all the way up. And then take the hands to the base of the spine. So we're leading forward, rib cage to thigh. Again, continual movement. Open the chest and forward, rib cage to thigh. And again, open the chest, taking the arms forwards and down, and step that back foot in. Nice deep breath. Take it all the way up and lengthen into the heart center. And then just take a little twist over the right shoulder and the left shoulder, and then come back to the center. And we're going to just increase the intensity of these sun salutations. So if it gets too much, just come back to this original flow. So nice deep breath in, take it all the way up. And then breathing out, hands to thighs. Breathe in, flat back. Breathe out, ragdoll release. So let everything hang and relax here. Hands to floor. Send the right leg all the way back. So again, nice strong lunge. If you want to increase the intensity here, just lift the arms. Take them all the way up, all the way out to the side, and squeeze the shoulder blades together. And then take it forwards. Hands to floor. Step back into downward dog. So again, beautiful straight spine, rise and lower. Finding your breath. So you're never holding the breath. And then tuck the tummy in, rounding through the back, and comes forward into a beautiful plank position. Right leg comes outside the right hand. So nice and strong. And again, we're going to lift. Squeeze the glutes, lift the arms up. Take them all the way back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Take it forwards, nice and strong. Lengthen and down. Step back to plank. Again, really strong, belly button to spine, left leg outside that left hand. And lift. So find that length again. And then lower. Squeeze the shoulder blades back. Take it forwards and down. And again, stepping back, this time into that downward dog position. So find that length again. Round the back, come forward into plank. And if it's too much, drop the knees. Or if you can, keep the legs straight and come into crocodile. So elbows bend, look forwards and hold. Just for 2 seconds. And then slowly push up. Either cobra or upward dog. Look over your right shoulder. Look over your left. Gently tuck the toes back under. Find some length again here. So this time we're going to pick up the right leg, three-legged dog. So nice strong position, engaging the glute. And we're going to bring the right knee in between the hands 3 times. Pull that tummy in. Breathe in, push back. And lengthen. Breathe out. Bring the knee in between the hands. Breathe in, push. And lengthen. And breathing out, knee in between the hands. And then push back really strong, as high as you can. See if you can walk your hands back towards your supporting leg. So you're working and aiming into your split position. Standing split, and walk away. So you're finding some length again here. When you're ready, swing that right leg in between your hands. Nice strong lunge again. Lift. All the way up. Good. And then take your arms back. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Bring the hands forwards. Get ready to step in to intense. So you're stepping the back foot in, sinking down. Nice and strong. And lengthening. And we're going to take a little twist. So take your hands, elbows outside the right thigh. Looking up at that right elbow. And lengthen forward. Breathe in. Breathe out. Left thigh, left elbow. And then lengthen forwards. Sink a little deeper. And then lift. And into the heart center. So you should be really warm now. And just shake it off from side to side. So we're going to try the other leg. So nice deep breath in. Take it all the way up. Breathing out, hands to thighs. Breathing in, flat back, lengthen. Breathe out, ragdoll release. Hands to floor. This time sending your left leg all the way back. Strong lunge, you've got to use those glutes. So you're squeezing through the bottom. Lift the arms. Take them all the way up. So again, relax the shoulders here. Take the arms back, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Lengthen forwards, down, and step back into that downward dog. So again, rise and lower. This is kind of where you re-energize the body. Nice deep breaths as we get stronger and we get a little looser. And then tuck the tummy in, come forward, nice strong plank. Belly button to spine, left leg outside that left hand. Lift up, squeeze through the glutes, find that length. Take the arms back, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Take the arms forwards, place them down, step back, strong plank. If it gets too much in this position, just drop the knees. Right leg outside the right hand. Lift, squeeze, and lengthen. Nice and strong. Holding here. Take the arms back, squeeze the shoulder blades together. Take it forwards. Place the hands back down, come back into plank. And then push back into that downward dog and have a little rest. Deep breath in. Breathe out, let go. And we're going to pick up the left leg now. So nice and strong, lengthening through. And we're going to bring that left knee in between the hands 3 times. Tummy in. Breathe in, push back. Really push through the heel. And breathing out, tummy in. Knee in between the hands. Breathe in, push back. And last one. Knee in between the hands. Pushing back and find some length. And walk your hands back towards your standing leg. Practicing your standing split. And then walk those hands away. So you're finding a bit more length. And then swing the left leg in between your hands. It's good. Lifting up one last time. Arms lengthen. Take them wide. Pull the shoulder blades back. Bring those arms forwards. We're stepping into intense. So step that back foot in. Rib cage to thighs. And breathe. Nice strong legs. So this time placing the elbows on the left thigh, looking up at the left elbow. Breathe. And then forward, sink a little deeper. And then to the right, looking up at that right elbow. To enjoy that twist. Take it forwards, lift, and into the heart center. And just shake it out. Side to side. Well done. So you should be really warm now. We're going to turn our mat around to face the side as we come into warrior. So this next section is about strength and endurance. So if you need a little drink, grab one. And then if you can, join me and take your feet nice and wide. So in this position, the weight's on the inside of the feet, toes are relaxed, tummy is pulled in, and you're squeezing through your bottom. Arms out to the side. It's good. And we're going to have a little tug of war. So we're going to reach from side to side. Again, nice deep breaths. It's good. As you get warmer, you'll be able to stretch deeper. Good. And then here, from here, you're going to turn your left toes out, heels in line, bending into that front leg. Sink down as low as you can. So it's very important in this position to be in a straight line. So the pelvis is tucked under. You're sinking deep down into that front leg. And again, little tug of war. Side to side, lengthen. And then we're going to come across and lengthen up and over. So again, sink down into that front leg, squeezing in through the core muscles, and then lift up and back, sun warrior. Looking up at the top arm. Good. And then maybe go a little lower. Maybe you want to go to the ankle, maybe not. See how you feel. Breathe and lengthen. And lift Up and over, sun warrior. And breathe. And then come back to the center, nice and strong. Straighten the front leg, tilt the body. Coming into triangle. So you're lengthening forward, rib cage to thigh. Extending that bottom and top arm both away from each other. Good. And then come back into warrior two, a little deeper, a little lower. Making sure the heels are in line. Bring that front arm around, rib cage to thigh. And then pull the elbows back, squeeze, fingertips touch to ceiling. Pull the elbows back, lengthen forwards. Hands to floor. So turn both feet to face the same direction. Bring the hands to the inside of the foot. And we're in a nice strong lizard pose here. So you can either just stay here and still feel that stretch, or if you can, you're coming down onto the forearms and looking forward. So the aim here is to try and hug, squeeze that front leg, that left leg into that left shoulder, and squeeze as strong as you can through the back glute and keep the leg straight. Good. And then take the hands either side of the foot and then step that back foot in. So this is a hamstring stretch. So if you're quite loose, the legs want to be quite far apart. If your hamstrings are really tight, we don't overextend, step your back foot in a little closer. So this is all about the rib cage connection to thigh. So the natural body weight helping to lengthen right to the top of that hamstring at the front. And breathe. Nice deep breaths. And then transfer the weight onto that front leg. Your hands are flat to the floor. And we're going to pick up this back leg 3 times. 1 and tap. 2 and tap. And on the third one, hold here. So make sure that leg's hip height. And see if you can take your right arm, so your back arm away from the body. And then place it down. And then the front arm away from the floor and back. And if you've got your balance and you've been doing this a while, practice taking both arms away. This is your diving aeroplane. So nice and strong. And when you're ready, step back. So we're coming into animal pose. So either here resting on the thigh, depending on your flexibility, or to the floor here. So all you need to remember in this position is that as you change from side to side, this front foot is turned out, the other foot is parallel. Breathe in, breathe out, foot changes parallel. Whichever way you go, that foot turns out. Breathe in, breathe out and change. Breathe in, breathe out and change. It's good. Slowly walk your hands back to the center and then walk your hands through your legs and see if you can find a stretch on the inner thigh. So nice deep breaths, lengthening away, and then walk your arms forwards. So you want to send the tailbone back, drop the forehead to the floor and really find a stretch between the shoulder blades and breathe. We're just going to stay here for a second. And all we're going to do is open and twist. So breathing in, you're opening that left arm, pulling the left shoulder blade back and look up at those fingertips. Breathe in, lengthen. Breathe out, right arm back, pull that right shoulder blade back, looking up at the fingertips. Breathing in. Gently slide the hands back in and see if you can get the forearms to the floor. Don't worry if you can't. Walk your feet in slightly. And all I need you to do in this position is transfer your weight from side to side. So you're moving your bottom right and left. And if you can, if you've got that flexibility, see if you can find some straightness in those legs. It's good. And then place the elbows into the inner thighs and just push the inner thighs away. So you're opening through the knees. And again, you're transferring the weight really smooth from side to side. Nice deep breaths. It's good. And then slowly roll up, take hold of the elbows, lift, up, release, arms, relax back down. So we're going to try all that on the other side. So again, nice wide position, squeezing in. And breathe. Take the arms nice and wide. Little tug of war. Reaching from side to side. Nice and strong. Lengthening. Good. And then come back to the center. So this time you're turning your right toes out, heels in line, bending into that front leg. So again, really strong position. Arms nice and straight, and you're lengthening through those arms, and sink down as low as you can. Squeeze through the glutes, belly button to spine, so you're pulling in. Good, little bit lower if you can. Good. It's called Warrior 2 for a reason. So you want to really challenge your stamina, strength of mind and body. So come across, up and over. Keep breathing. And back. Sun Warrior. Lift up and over. And again, maybe a little lower to the ankle if you can. Don't worry if you can't. Listen to the body. And try not to rest too much on that leg or the ankle, and then come back. Sun Warrior. Beautiful. And then come back to Warrior 2. Can you go any lower? Breathe. Good. And then straighten that front leg. Tilt the body, rib cage to thigh. Find your triangle. So it's a really strong position. Your shoulders are stacking. And then come back. Warrior 2, a little deeper. Bring the arms around. Lengthen forward, rib cage to thigh. Good. Pull the elbows back, squeeze, fingertips touch, look up to the ceiling. Elbows come back, lengthen forwards. Hands to floor. Turn both feet, face the same direction. So again, nice strong lunge. Bring both hands to the inside of that front foot. Holding here. So again, the back leg's really straight. You're really squeezing through the glutes. And if you can, you're coming down onto the forearms, into your lizard. And just look forwards. So it's a really strong position. And breathe. Good, couple of seconds here. Squeezing that right leg into that right shoulder. And then slowly come up and step the back foot in. So again, hamstring stretch. You're aiming for that front leg to be really straight, particularly behind the knee, but not overextending. Allow the natural body weight to open and lengthen right to the top of that front hamstring. Again, if it's too intense, you just step the back foot in a little closer. You want to really feel that stretch down the front leg. And then just step onto that front leg, both hands flat on the floor. We're going to lift this back leg 3 times. 1 and tap. 2 and tap. 3 and tap. And then keep the leg lifted. So again, we're practicing balance here. Taking one arm away, maybe the back arm if you can, and then place it back down, and then the right arm. So that front arm back. And hold. So in that position, if you're feeling a little wobbly, keep both hands down for a second, but if you've got your balance, practice trying to take both arms away into your diving aeroplane. And then step back. So we're coming into our animal pose. So again, you can come onto the thigh, or you can come to the floor here. Nice deep breath in, ready to pounce. Breathe in, breathe out, and change. Breathe in. Breathe out and change. Breathe in. Breathe out and change. Hold here, nice and strong. And then gently walk your hands back to the center. So this time, I just want you to relax down. Soften the knees slightly, just let go of the head, neck and shoulders. And then we're just going to walk the hands over to the left leg. So all the way over to the left, and just connect the rib cage to thigh. Nose towards the knee. And then over to the right. And again, connect. And you'll feel that right on the inside of the hamstring. It's good. And then walk the hands back through the legs one more time. And then walk them forwards. Again, finding that length. Nice deep breaths. And then slowly slide the hands in. And then just roll up. Walk your feet slightly in again so you can place the elbows in the inside of the thighs. So now you should feel a little looser after you've done warrior both sides. So we've really opened through the hip flexors and the hips. And I really enjoy that feeling here now, where your hips feel really open. And then from here, slowly soften, drop down, take hold of the elbows. We're going to have a little sway from side to side. I'm going to lift up, big circle. So we're going to make a big circle, one direction up, all the way down and release. And then the other way, lift up and release. One more time each way, lift and release. Other way, lift and release. And then just slowly rolling up through the spine. Take hold of the elbows, lift as high as you can, and open. And you can walk or jump those feet together. Nice. So right now you should be feeling really warm, okay? And also a little shaky. If you need a drink, just grab one. And we're going to come into our balance now. So we're going to start with our basic tree. You might find that standing on your mat makes balance postures a little more difficult, because especially if they're quite padded. So if you want to, you can step away from the mat for these. The trick is with tree is to keep the weight on the inside of the feet, relax your toes, and really pull in and use your core and squeeze your glutes. All of these things basically stop you from sinking down into the floor but finding some height and coming out of the posture. So that's what we're looking for in the balance postures. So this time we'll start with your left leg a little bit above the ankle if you want more of the lower option, just below the knee, or you're going to hook up high. If you're hooking up high, you're pushing the heel into your inner thigh, okay? So it's really nice and secure. It might take a few goes, see how you feel, and then bring your hands together. And again, you're looking for some stability here. Nice deep breaths. And then lengthening up through the arms. So again, you're trying to squeeze the ears, find some length in the spine, and just hold for a second. Take the arms nice and wide, take them forwards, come back to the heart center, and place. Let's just try that nice and simple on the other side. There's lots more challenges we can add to tree, but it's really important sometimes, especially in the current times, to find some calm and some stillness. And that's what the balance postures are all about. So again, just below the ankle, above the ankle, sorry, below the knee, or you're going to hook up high. And you're going to push that heel into the inner thigh, find some length in the spine, and breathe. So all the focus is on the body, that lifting and lengthening sensation. Turning the knee out. And if you can, lengthen, so you're finding that lift up and out of the supporting leg. It's good. When you're ready, take the arms nice and wide. Take them forwards. Connect, feel the energy in your hands into your heart center. And breathe. And when you're ready, place the foot back down, hands back down by your side. Well done. So I thought today we could do our dancer pose. So this is where we take hold of one leg. So I'm turning to the side just so you can see what happens. So you're going to take hold, same arm as leg, you're going to take hold of the top of the foot. The other arm is nice and straight so you can find some length. So if I do it on a diagonal, you can see what happens. So same arm as leg, taking hold of the foot, and you're going to push that top foot into the hand, and you're going to find some length here. Okay, we're going to do one leg first and then we'll do the other one. So we'll start here. So again, same arm as leg, looking along that opposite arm, picking up the foot, push that foot into your hands and try and send that thigh as far away from the body as you can, keeping the weight on the inside of the foot. Really important. And then just find that length and lift up and out of the posture. So I'm going to try and again hold this posture just for a few seconds. Try and find some stillness and lengthen and hold. Just a few more seconds. Pushing that leg up as high as you can. Good. And then release and place back down. Well done. Should we try the other side? So again, nice deep breath. Weights on the inside of the foot. Same arm as leg. Find that length. Look along that top arm and push the foot into the hand and find some length forwards and breathe. Keep lengthening. Again, keep pushing that foot up and away. It's good. And release. Well done. So the last posture we're going to do for balance is down here. So on the floor. And all you're doing is opening those legs. Heels sort of stay together. If they can connect, brilliant. Don't worry if you're first learning these postures. So the idea of this posture is that your heels are lifted. The weight is on the inside of the big toe, yeah? So you're not rocking the feet out to the baby toe and sickling the ankles. You're actually keeping everything really secure. And to do that, you have to pull the tummy in, squeeze through your bottom, and bring your hands into your heart center. And again, if you lift those elbows, you can feel it opening through the shoulder blades, and breathe. So all I want you to do here, if you can, is just breathe. See if you can close your eyes for a few seconds and find that stillness. Deep breath. It's good. And then open your eyes again and then lift those arms. So as tall as you can, squeezing the biceps, so the bits of your arms there into your ears, and lengthen up. And then take the arms nice and wide. We're going to go for a twist here if we can. So nice and strong, we're just going to twist. One side, looking along the back arm, back to the center, breathe in. And again, so you're rotating the upper body around to the side, trying to keep that stability. Again, twist. Squeeze the shoulder blade back, and center, and twist. Good, and then come back to the center, hands to floor, and just take a seat. Well done. So by now you'll be feeling that right down the front of your legs, inner thighs, glutes, and abs. And I just need you to cross your legs. So let's start with that left leg in front, sitting up really tall and beautiful here, and then find some length here. So we're lifting up with the arms, but keep the shoulders down. Find some length in the neck, pick up through the top of the head, breathe in. And then breathe out and take that length forward. So beautiful, straight back, releasing through those hips. And then rolling up through the spine. And we're just going to take a little stretch from side to side, up and over, lengthening. As we open, one more time, up and over. Other side, and then change those legs over. Good. This time the right foot in front again. So in these positions here, we're allowing the knees to drop towards the floor. We're finding as much length as we can in the spine here, and then let those arms float up and breathe. So lift and lengthen. Good, and then take that length forward. So you're flaring the rib cage towards the floor, finding some length in the spine, and really release through the neck and shoulders, hips and glutes. And then rolling up nice and slow, and just take that stretch again, up and over from side to side, finding that length, up and over. Good. So everything's feeling a little looser. So all we're going to do now is take the legs nice and wide. So in this position, really important to sit up and out of the pelvis. Try not to sink back. So if I turn to the side, I'll show you what I mean. So we don't want to be leaning back here, and we don't want to be dipping the spine either forwards. We want to be in a nice straight L shape. So straight back posture. So we're going to come back to wide legs. We're going to lift up through the spine, top of the head. And we're going to take this left hand and place it on the inside of that left thigh, left calf, and lengthen forward with the rib cage. With this top arm, pull that shoulder back and feel that stretch all the way down into the base of this lower back. And then lengthen over and breathe right into the side of the body. It's good. And then lifting up. And this time, right hand on the inside of that right calf, pulling that top shoulder back and away, and then lengthening up and over. So the shoulders are trying to stack and you're opening through the chest. And breathe. And then lift all the way up, and then both hands, palms facing up, lengthening forwards. Beautiful flat back. And it's like someone's lengthening the head and the rib cage forward, so you feel that beautiful deep stretch right in to the inner thighs. And then just slowly put yourself back together. Well done. So we're going to turn to the side now. I'm going to finish with your hips. So we're going to do some hips. So we're going to come into swan. So your back leg, we're going to bring that heel in and we're going to flex that foot. So the foot is flexed, the knee is out to the side. And for some of us, depending on our hip flexibility and our knees, we might just want to stay here 90-90. And you're just lengthening forward. So you're trying to really open this front hip, okay? So if we can, that's not swan, that's just your sort of lower option. If you can, you're going to swing the back leg so it's in line with your pelvis, keeping this front foot flexed so there's no pressure on your knee. And really make sure that that back leg is in line with your hip. And so you always get the correct posture first, and then you lengthen forward. So this is your swan. Breathe into that stretch. It's trying to get that back glute to the floor. So you're breathing in, relaxing through the knee, lengthening through that straight leg, and find some length. So just creeping the rib cage a little further forward each time as you feel the stretch into that back hip. Nice deep breaths. And then slowly come up. And we're just going to bring that straight leg, going to bring the heel towards your bottom. So don't worry if you can't find the foot at first. As you become bendier and bendier, you'll be able to find that foot. And you've got some options. So you're trying to get this heel to this bottom. Now, if your thighs are really tight, this will be incredibly hard. So don't worry if it's just push the pelvis forward and feel that stretch and breathe into it. The aim is to try and get the foot into the elbow if you can. You're trying to take the weight out of the front arm so you can extend it forwards. So progression. And if you can, your full posture is into your mermaid and you're trying to link these fingers and find that stretch into that front thigh, piriformis and hip flexor. So that's your full mermaid. Don't worry if you can't get there yet. And then once you've felt that really intense stretch, come back. Both knees nice and wide and stretch into child's pose and breathe and lengthen. So you've worked hard, this is your reward. Sending that tailbone back, nice long neck. Really lengthening through those arms. It's good. And just before we do the other side, just round your back. So pick up through the back, you're pulling the tummy in, and then drop the pelvis down. And then look up into your upward dog. So we just have a really beautiful stretch here. And then come back into child's pose and lengthen. So we're going to try our swan now with the other leg in front. So our front leg now. So we're going to bring the front leg into our center. Flex the foot. Make sure that front knee is dropping out to the side. And then swing. So again, you've got your 90-90 position. So just with that back heel in towards the glutes and lengthen forward. That's your lower option. If you can, swinging the back leg straight back in line with the hip. So you're finding that stretch. Make sure the knee is right out to the side. And then lift in that position. And when you're ready, lengthen forward into your beautiful swan. And breathe. So the aim again is there's nothing in the knee, it's all about the hip, and you're really dropping that front sits bone to the floor, and breathe. It's really important to breathe into these stretches, not to fight against it, and allow the muscles that time to open and release. So when you're ready, you're going to slowly slide the hands back in, lift up through the chest, and then draw that back foot in. So heel towards the bottom. If you can, take hold of the top of the foot and just encourage the heel to try and come and connect to the glute. So again, if you tilt your pelvis forward in this position, you can really feel a stretch into that thigh. And the aim here is that you're trying to get the foot into the crease of the elbow of that back arm. And if you can, lengthen through the front arm, so there's no weight in the arm, and the arm comes around the back of the head and tries to find the fingertips of the other hand, and that's your full mermaid. And breathe. And then release, and we come all the way back again. Nice wide leg pose, sinking the tailbone down, and find some length in your child's pose. Again, everything that we're doing here is trying to release through the hips, the base of the back, and find some length in the spine. Nice deep breaths. And then we're coming up, rounding the back, bring the knees slightly in, and then drop the pelvis to the floor and look up, squeezing the shoulders together. It's good. And then come back. It's good. And we're just going to lay down on our back, and we're going to finish with a really beautiful plow sequence. Now, if you haven't done plow before, just watch carefully the first time and really listen to the advice so that you don't put any pressure on your neck. Okay, so we lay back down here, and I'll start a little further over this way because my legs are going to come back behind my head. So as long as you have no issues with your neck and the top of the spine, the plow position is fine. If you do have issues with the top of the neck, all I want you to do is come up into a bridge. So you're just lifting the pelvis, you're just pushing up, strengthening through the thighs and the glutes, and then you're going to slowly come back down. And then you should repeat that a few times, maybe 3 or 4 times each time, keeping the shoulders and neck completely relaxed. So that's what you're going to do if you have issues with the top of your neck, shoulders, etc. If you don't and you're fine in your back to do a plow, I'm going to show you how to do that now. So both legs straight up 90 degrees. So it's really important in this position to be able to slowly lift off the pelvis and place the hands on the base of the spine. So strong, pull the tummy in, flex the feet. So this is called your half shoulder stand, okay? So it's really important that the legs are 45 degrees, that they're not high and that they're not too far down. So just find that point where you really are still pressing the base of your back into your hands. So from here we've got some options. So we're going to start, if you can, by splitting the legs. So one goes to the floor, one goes up to the ceiling, and then come back to that 45-degree angle. Again, split the leg, one drops to the floor, one goes up to the ceiling, and come back 45 degrees. We're going to do this 4 times, and then come back, and then split, and come back. From here, knees in towards the forehead, and then slowly see if those toes will touch the floor behind you. If they don't worry. But the aim is that you're trying to walk your hands up your spine and find some length. Now in this position, it's quite difficult to breathe, so it's shallow breaths. And then when you're ready, you're going to take the hands away and you're going to slowly lower back down one by one through the spine, keeping the shoulders relaxed. Base of the spine connects to the floor, and slowly lower the legs back down. Okay? So that was the demonstration. Now we're going to do it together. So it's really important when we do this not to move your head from side to side. Okay? So just listen to me rather than looking at the screen, because you've watched the demonstration now. Okay, so if you've got any issues with the neck and shoulders, you're going to come up into your beautiful bridge, you're going to hold, and you're going to come back down. The rest of us are going to attempt our bridge sequence. So again, Nice and relaxed through the shoulders, through the neck. I'm going to lift both legs 90 degrees. And then we're going to lift up through the pelvis, take hold of the base of the spine, and really allow us to pull in and drop down in that posture. Flex the feet. Breathe in, breathe out, and then split the legs. One to the floor, one up to the ceiling. Breathe in, come back to that 45-degree angle. Change legs. Other leg drops down, other leg up to the ceiling. Breathe in, half shoulder stand, and change. Split the legs. Lengthen, keeping that stability. Come back to half shoulder stand. And split, lengthen, come back to half shoulder stand. Slowly bring the knees in towards the forehead. Slowly drop the toes towards the floor. Don't worry if they don't touch, but if they do, walk the hands up the back slightly to find some more length in the spine. And breathe. Shallow breaths. And then slowly take the hands away. Relax the shoulders, tummy in, and open through the back, lowering each vertebra down into the floor, nice and slow, all the way down. You might need to bend the legs if the lower back lifts. You're trying to keep the lower back in contact with the floor. And all I need you to do now is join the soles of the feet together and just drop the knees out to the side and just breathe here for a second. Nice deep breaths right into the tummy. Taking the arms up above the head, maybe taking hold of the elbows, and we're just helping to open through the shoulder blades here. And again, you want to tummy breathe, so you want to breathe deep into the base of the tummy. So you feel the whole abdomen expand, and as you breathe out, release. Breathe in, expand. And breathing out, relax and let go. It's good. And then just take your arms nice and wide. We're going to finish with a nice fish pose here. So if you just slide your legs away, we're going to place the hands underneath the base of the spine. So we're lifting up through the pelvis. Place the hands just underneath the base of the back near the sacrum. And then send the legs away. And if you can, you're going to lift the chest, drop the head back. And again, we're going to breathe into the base of the tummy. So breathe in, expand. Breathe out, let go. Breathe in, expand. Breathe out, let go. One more time. This is your fish pose. Breathe out, let go. And then just slowly lower back down. Slide your feet in one at a time. And then take your arms nice and wide. And I just need you to cross the back leg over the front leg and just drop the knees to the front, looking away from those legs. Feel that twist. And then change, so like keeping that left back leg crossed over, just take the leg, knees back, away from the front, so towards the back of the room, and breathe. And then come back to the center and change legs. So the front leg crosses over the back leg and drop both legs to the back of the room. And again, you're really lengthening that front arm away, both shoulders relax down into the floor, and enjoy that sensation of length and openness in the front and the back of the body. And then gently come back, both knees drop to the front, and then look away from those legs, so the head always falls away from those legs. And then come back to the center and send both legs straight up to the ceiling, flexing through those feet. Take hold of your shins, your ankles, or your toes, and maybe you want to have a little rock up through the base of the back a couple of times. Nice. And then just take those legs nice and wide, so you're pushing out through the soles of the feet, and then bring the heels in into your happy baby, so it's nice and wide, and just take a little rock side to side. Nice and released. And then bring the soles of the feet together, place the heels to the mat and reach for the elbows above your head. And we're just going to do a few deep breaths to relax. So think about breathing in lots of positive energy. And as you breathe out, you're letting go of any tension, any worries. Just let it all go on the out breath. So again, breathing in energy. And as you breathe out, just let go. You're making a conscious decision to relax and let go. This is the most important part of your workout now, is just to relax. Make a conscious decision to completely switch off and let go. If you want to bring the legs together, maybe stretch into star. Just take a few moments. This is your time. No pressures, no demands. As you lay there, just say to yourself, I relax my body. I relax my body. My body is completely relaxed. And then just slowly drawing the legs back in your own time. Turning onto your side. And whenever you're ready, just slowly open your eyes and gently come out of the posture. And then just take a nice deep breath in all the way up. Finding some length here into your heart center. Namaste. Excellent work. And look after yourselves. I hope you enjoyed the workout. And I look forward to being back in the studio with you as soon as possible. Thanks, guys.